And I'm here. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm sorry I'm so late. I apologize, everyone. Hello, Anthony Cavalampus. I don't know. Yeah, hello, yes, Dado. Hello, Talan. Hello, Sparky. How are you doing? Yeah, shrews are basically, they're very closely related to moles. And they're like tiny little moles combined with rats. So they got like a little snout. They're very blind. They use echolocation. Hi, Radolk. How you doing? How you all doing? Oh. So yeah, I told my parents, don't let the cats out by themselves. They'll only bring in a shrew. They know where the nest is. The nest is literally in our garden. I told them exactly where the nest is, told them not to let them out by themselves. And what did my parents do? Let the cats out by themselves? And who has to now deal with the shrew? I have to deal with the shrew. So hi, I've heard my father's just like, let the cats kill it. I'm like, no, that's heartless. That's cruel. You know, shrews are a protected species. I looked it up.
Go shrew eater.
The shrew's not trying to eat me, doing good, kind of between projects, thinking of kit bashing Thousand Suns pretty extensively. Or I kit bash Thousand Suns stuff into Night Lords. I actually got from my some of them anyway, right here. Just let me blow my nose, cause hay fever's been bad today over rain. I think the rain rejuvenated the plants, but like we can pollinate again. Oh gosh. Oh, that's what I meant to do. I was going to change my blooming model to a chibi like the thumbnail is. Okay, I'm going to undo. Actually, no, there's no point undoing it. Okay, as when I turn back from a cutworm, I repeat, don't turn me into anything else because I'm just going to turn myself into chibi mode. Actually, I think there's something I can do. Nah, I'll leave it. I don't want to bake the entire thing. Oh gosh, so the time I should have been preparing for my stream and stuff, instead I'm just running around the house trying to make sure the cats don't get the shrew. Oh, I gotta turn you into something else so quick. Please don't. Please don't. Oh, there we go. She hates the worm. It's not that, it's just I meant to be chibi mode today and I forgot to change myself to chibi mode. I did remember about it, but then I'm like, okay, now I've done this. Please, I'm so upset. What's the point of getting the cats an outside room if we're just going to let them out by themselves anyway? Because we got like this big wire mesh room attached to the outside of a house, like a conservatory, but instead of glass it's wire mesh and plywood with all sorts of things, so the cats can basically be outside, but they can't get too far. They can only get into that area, so they can feel the wind, they can feel the rain, they can jump about and play, they can go into some grass and stuff like that. Oh, just all in a way that stops them getting too far. I was like, why do we even have that if we're just going to let them run around? What's on the agenda today? We're painting Mechanicus models, hopefully. If I can calm down enough to get my hands to... we started painting them. I wanted to do a little bit off stream. Never really got a chance. Partly because I decided to buy a whole bunch of chaos stuff, which I shouldn't have been buying, but whatever. Oh my gosh. If you can't tell, I am mildly annoyed. Actually, I'm kind of livid, if I'm honest. Well, this is about as far as I get when it comes to being annoyed and emotional. So what chaos stuff? What chaos stuff? I'll show you the chaos stuff I got. I've already shown you on stream a couple of times. I've told you about the plague hooks I want to build. I've got a couple of soul grinders that I want to convert into plague hooks. But yeah, I got some plague marines. This is one of them. He's down here because originally I was putting him away, but then he fell off his base. So I had to glue him back to his base, so he's down here for now. But yeah, so I've got some Night Nemesis claws, which are using Thousand Sun bodies. Well, some of them are using Thousand Sun bodies. The special ones in the squad are using Thousand Sun icon, Rubik Marines. But for Night Lords, yeah. Oh yeah, look, that one's got a symbol from the Chosen. And Saint shoulder pads. Hello, Flash! So, sorry if I do seem a bit odd or a bit off today. It's a bit difficult. Let's see, and that guy's got a Rubik bolter and stuff. This guy's also got a Rubik bolter. He's got a knife behind his back in typical Night Lord fashion. A cursed weapon. And he's got a Cinchian backpack. My original Rubik Marines are upstairs, and they're basically just normal Chaos Marines with disintegrator weapons and Night Lord helmets. Although I've given some of them Rubik helmets now. And then here's an actual Rubik Marine. But I gave him a Chaos Lord with jump pack head. So it's still basically just as tall. But it's just to make it feel different, because they're not actually Thousand Sun Marines. They are basically a Night Lord sorcerer's attempt to make Rubik Marines. But basically just saw how much power Rubik Marines had and was like, I want that for myself. I don't care about the tragedy of the Rubik Marines, I just want to make some. I'm imagining that this group of Rubik Marines, like the first group he tried, he kind of made a poor man's version of them. Basically just flesh puppets powered by chaos magic with disintegrator weapons powered by chaos magics. These ones, I imagine he actually found like an ancient battle of 1,000 suns and gathered some Rubik Marine armor and stuff to try and did a ritual to make some actual Rubik Marines. Having studied the ritual to try and make more. 1,000 Suns drip is unmatched. 1,000 Suns drip is cool. But the Night Lord drip is also cool. Combine the two. Inferno bolters have better AP. Or did I? My internet died for a few seconds there. Yeah. My Inferno bolters have better AP, so I have 4 of them. But Warp Flamethrowers auto hit, and they can potentially get more. That's not meant to happen. They can potentially get more attacks. Yeah, as you see, we got Night Lord shoulder pads and stuff. And you know, the things here are meant to be on this side. They're not meant to be over on that side. I prefer the appearance of it over on the other side, but I do recognise that the reason for these lips is to protect the face and neck. So when they're on the back, they're not being as protective. And then there's a Plague Marine. But yeah, so I got another squad of Plague Marines. I got 2 Soul Grinders to turn into Plague Hooks. I got a squad of Blue Horrors, which comes with the Brimstone Horrors. I got a squad of 1,000 Suns. I got the Night Lord Combat Patrol. which has Chosen in. I've already shown you for Chosen. I built them. In a different stream. I didn't build them in a different stream. I showed them off in a different stream. Then I got some. Oh yeah, and it has Chosen. It has the Nemesis claws in, which has the Night Lord upgrade kit in it. And it has a Rhino and a Chaos Lord of Jump Pack. Maybe we'll build the Rhino on stream, you know. Because you guys love rhinos, right? You love talking about rhinos. You love seeing rhinos. Yeah, we'll build it on stream. I also got some Empress Chilled Noise Marines. That's it. Noise Marines with which I'm going to be converting, obviously, into Night Lords as well. And what else did I get? 2 Burning Chariots. I've not built them yet. And, well, for 2 Soul Grinders, which I'm going to turn into Play Coats. Must be for autism. While you were hunting shrews, we were discussing Yu-Gi-Oh! On Discord. Apparently everyone loves Earth Machine decks. Kundra's channel seems to attract a train. Trains are okay. I've got a train deck. It doesn't have all the newest trains in, mind you. Rhinos are neat. Shame for black ones are poached to extinction. Oh, rhinos isn't the actual animal. Yeah, that's sad. So I'm having some water on Fister. Show us the trains. I've also got other machine decks. I think my train deck, because I wasn't a big fan of trains and my friend had trains, I purposely made my train deck a bit different using a different Earth Machine deck. I can't remember what it's called. It's one of the ones that, do you know, where it's all about, you can turn other... It's the first type of the cards, some of the first ones. Union monsters, that's it. That's unions in. I don't know where my trains are exactly. If I can find them, I'll show them to you. Unfortunately, my camera gets in the way from actually accessing the place where I keep the trains. I keep a bunch of my decks. Union monsters. Thunder. Ancient Gear. I got an Ancient Gear deck. They're Earth Machines. See, Earth Machine. Ancient Gear. Oh, isn't that lovely? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Oh my goodness. Spellcasters. Oh, this is one of my favourite lists ever. Predator Plant. Oh, that's El Shadow. Predator Plants. Yeah. Japanese versions. That's how you... On Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. El Shadows. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Polymerization. Mark of a
These are not
Rose.
Earth
Yeah, I just
Machines.
put a bunch of plant things in here as well. Shadow of a Hedgehog. Fowler was so good. He was great. Okay, let me... Oh. Both ways special edition cards. Amazing. Are there any trains in here? Blackluster Soldier. Yeah, there's a bunch of like really expensive cards in here as well. Exodia. Oh, what the heck are they? Very cool. Both of those are not Earth Machines. Elder Dragon Coder. Ooh, Ooh, one of my favourite decks. Cyber dancers. Oh, cyber ballerinas. Okay, needing to get stuff so I can just... Oh, look at that Endymion. Earth Machine. Oh, look at that one. That's my favourite of the hand traps. Okay, now I can get to the boxes. Okay, Altergeists. Altergeist. Draco Mists. World Chalice. Magical Musician. Dark Synchro. What the heck is this deck? Heroic Challengers. I've got literally hundreds of decks. Toon World. Ooh, Toon Worlds. And Restricts. I've got a Pegasus deck here. Like... Okay, Dark Synchro. World Challenge. Grateful Mist. Cosmo. Ooh, Cosmo decks. Have you ever seen a Cosmo deck before? Star Wars. Cosmo Dark Destroyer. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Cosmo. Yeah. No way she flashed us with the Inferno Hammer. Probably the only copy of that card to see inside a sleeve. No counters, Guardian. Oh, our Guardians of Machines. Arcanite Magician. Oh no, Guardians are Dark Warriors. Yeah, I forgot about them. Been a while. Wind Raiders. Gem Knights. Oh, Gem Knights. I absolutely adore Gem Knights. Sky Scourge. Burning Abyss, Reptiles, Gorgonics. Okay, World Challenge. Gorgonics. Ooh, what's Gorgonics? Look at them, Gorgon cards. Oh, I love Gorgons. Zombie World. Egyptian, Metal Foe, Reactors. Oh, Reactors, my goodness. Dark Machines. Ooh, Dark Machines. Have you seen these guys? Look at that. Desperado Barrel Dragon. Oh, Blasphia. Flying Fortress Skyfire. Yes. Oh my goodness. Cyber Dragon. E-Heroes Cyber Machine. Cyber Dragon. And Elemental Heroes. My Little Pony box. That's a Thunder one. Cypher. Excuse me, a reactor deck. Does it have like 4 cards in it? No, look, reactors are amazing. Magnet Warrior. Oh, Magnet Warriors! Look at them. There's a Magnet Warriors. Oh, Earth Mission. Oh, no, for Earth Rocks. Oh, yeah. Polymerization. What does it do? I love this deck. Yeah. What was Conjure playing? She was out there dueling people with Gallardo Pico. Rock. zombie world. Look, I just made any deck that seemed fun. Triamid, Gladiator Beasts, Burning Abyss, Sky Scourge, Actress. No, look. I got the best deck here. 2 decks here. Look at that! Look at that! Aqua Actresses! Oh, they're perfect! Have you ever seen anything so beautiful? Also, Shadow Fusion. Look at them! The Princess deck! Oh! Yeah, sometimes you just have to throw Shadows into a deck so it's actually kind of okay. That's back when Shadows were good. What the heck is this deck? Oblivion deck? What the heck? Egyptian, Odd Eyes. Do deck. Ancient Gadget. I've got an Ancient Gadget deck here that apparently snapped. Oh, another Ancient Gear deck. Oh yeah, Ancient Gear Gadget deck. A deck so bad, it destroyed the box it's in. Like, ugh. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, got Yu-Gi-Oh! Everyone was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! If they wanted to see my deck. Oh, enough reactors to field a football. For not enough reactors to field a football team if you could use 4 of each. Red Eyes. Vampire. Metal Foe. What's this one? Oh, Cyber Darkness Dragon, apparently. Look at this, Cyber Darkness Dragon. Crackling Dragon. I think of a Dark Machine for halfway there. I'm trying to find the trains. Look, they might not even be here. I got reptiles. Reptiles are like a train, right? Just random reptiles. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. Reptilian Medusa. Divine Serpent Gare. Oh, these are the cards you want to see. Look. This deck was surprisingly capable. I like just building weird decks and seeing how they could fare. Okay, they're not here. Now I need to put these blooming away. There we go, for Great Noodle Inversion Beatdown. What are these dudes? Oh look, Hawkeye. Hawkeye Maru. Gotta love it. That's the Windroids. Look, the best deck that ever existed. Oh, I loved this dragon. Oh, Wind Witch. And you got those Speedroids. There we go. I think I've shown you my what's it called, train deck, and you hated it. Even after explaining why I made it that way. Okay, let me put these away. There we go. Everything is away. Sorry about that. I couldn't find the trains. But if I check for other... Okay, I've got a massive drawer filled with about 100 Yu-Gi-Oh decks. Actually, it's probably more like 200. There we go. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I can't find it. We're derailing the stream too much. We are derailing the stream. Look, look, look. You have to realise how easily distracted I am, especially by things like Yu-Gi-Oh! But actually, when I did a quick count while I was there, and it's more like 300 or 400 different decks. So I went through for about 30 that I could easily reach. Couldn't find them. Look, could drop. Where? 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 Oh, 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 spin. Hi, Foxy. I found a spinny thing. Oh, man, you're so hungry. Why are you so hungry? Eat some food. Get some cheese in your guts. Ah. Ah. Sorry, I wanted to eat it. Why are you hungry? Oh, she should have asked why you keep blinking. Yeah, why you keep blinking? Just don't blink. Why you hope? Just buy a home. If you're homeless, just buy a home. If you don't like paying rent, just buy a house. You know?
Well, 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 the consequences of our own actions.
Wait, what's the consequences of my own actions right now? I don't know. So this is why you don't ask me to do stuff on the stream. That actually, for broken wheel. What do you mean for broken wheel? It spins really well. Also, we'll get some stuff done right now. We'll definitely get some painting. Ooh, Siege of Deathmire, week 1 result. Imperial players, well done. Yes, the Imperium scores first blood, blunting the enemy attacks against the hive's outer walls. They now retreat to a well-fortified second line, ready for the next wave of orc attacks. Nice. Wait, why are they retreating? They just won. Orc players, what were you doing? You got that what? New bikes! New bikes! Yeah! Is it going to be an upgrade spoof of our old bikes? They're not flying, they're not jet bikes, what the heck? It's a Space Marines on bikes! Have we got a thunder? Oh my goodness, I've got to buy so many of them. I gotta buy 90,000 of them. Maybe your Drukari real space raid diverted key Imperial resource in Armageddon, or your Tyranidate's an orc reinforcement treat? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's this? Oh, new July miniature of the month. It's a Beastman! Oh my gosh, everyone wants a Felgar. You want a Felgar, eh? Am I crazy or those identical to... They're not identical, they're very similar, which is why I'm questioning if they're an upgrade kit. And they're not identical. The original one was a monopose kit that could only be built in a certain way. This one has a plasma pistol, which the original didn't. This one has a chainsaw that's in a different position to the original.
Does he have a gun?
This one also has a chainsaw. Does he have a gun? He has a gun. This one has a thunder hammer. So they aren't the same. And power art, that's the same arm as before, it looks like. This is a new multi-part kit for the Outriders, more posable than before. If the other one wasn't posable at all. And new options. The Sergeant in particular gets even more hitting power, now able to choose between a Thunderhammer Power Axe or Power Sword. There's also new cosmetic options, including being able to assemble the bikes leaning to the left or right as if taking a corner. Yeah, so these ones are completely new. The same basic... The first one was basically just a one from the Indomitor starter set back in 9th edition. Literally just the same ones. It kind of sucked. It's not just new weapons. So before, like with the Armageddon, where you're using hex hole bases, they've got like little prongs at the bottom and they go into the holes in the bases, so they can only be set in a certain way. Now you can make them lean, you can make them... They're no longer push fit models, effectively. Can I show you what the old ones look like? Oh, why is it breaking? Oh no, they're gone. Unless Outrider. Oh no, here they are. They're still selling them, mind you. So yeah, these ones, if you look at the sprue, you can see it is all push fit. It's got little prongs on it all over the place. And the push fit prongs make it so hard to make it go together without big old gaps in it. It was so annoying. I've built 9 of these bikes. They are not very good models. I've converted every single one of them to the Black Templars. That guy's an old world guard. No, it's got a gun and a grenade. That's the kill team one. Yeah, it's the 40k one. So this is nice. New Ogre Hunters as well are coming with the new Ogre range. Oh no, did they reveal them as well? I don't remember. Battle Scroll update for Age of Sigmar. New... Remember, you can always buy templates and get the most expensive one free. New coin, Armageddon coin. Yeah, so that's cool stuff anyway. Okay. Well, I want to paint. If I randomly go quiet, there's a good chance I just muted myself so I could blow my nose. Oh, unfortunately, with all the hay fever, my ears pop really easily. And then I can just hear the echo of myself constantly. Man, you miss painting. It's been a while since I painted on stream as well. Let's paint this bit gold, I think. So, there we go. What else do you think's going to be new for Space Marines? I believe in Eradicators are going to be new. And the Vanguard veterans are going to be new. They're not going to be the same as the Armageddon box. I don't think we're going to be getting new intercessors. I don't think there's any need for new intercessors. We know that we're going to be getting new arc bikes, and I hope we're going to get new arc burners and looters too. We know there's a new arc truck. I wonder if we're going to get a new ATV now we're getting new bikes, because the ATV is also push fit. It does have custom options on it, like you can change it to be multi-motor or assault cannon. And that it's push fit. I got an ear blow my nose again, you mean last week? What does the ATV even do? It's basically just a bigger, tougher bike that has a heavy weapon on it. People say that the land speeder is replacing the ATV. But the land speeder and the attack bike existed at the same time for many, many years. So the land speeder is a very old model, and the ATV is kind of an old model in which before the ATV, you had the attack bike, which you could take by itself, or it could be an upgrade for a bike squad. And it was basically a normal bike with, one of those carts attached to the side of it. And in that cart, there's a little space marine with a multi-motor or some other big weapon, heavy weapon. And the ATV is basically the holding the same frame. You can take it by itself. It's basically a bike. It's got the 2 machine guns at the front, like a bike does. It's got a driver. It's got 4 wheels. It's basically a quad bike. On the back, you've got the multi-motor or you've got the Gatling cannon. And it's basically a way for bikes to have some heavy firepower. Just go around with them. Also, it's got more wounds. So sometimes it's good just to use as a wound sponge. Because your bikes, you're most likely wanting to use them to charge the enemy. Are they going to make three-wheeled vehicle with stats between ATV? I don't think so. Either they're going to make a three-wheeled vehicle that's basically exactly the ATV. If they're going to do anything, it's got to be something that will exactly replace the ATV and is probably going to be roughly the same size. It might just be a new ATV. It might be people go, okay, people didn't like the design of the old ATV, so let's change up the design a little. It's probably going to be the exact same as the ATV in terms of stats and function. Sorry, I'm just moving my magnifying glass around so I can make sure I use it without getting my face on screen. They already had a three-wheeled bike. That's what the ATV replaced. Gosh, so my hands are a bit painful today for whatever reason. No. There we go. Okay, I'm liking a golden gun. Oh wait, wasn't the James Bond thing with the golden gun? Wasn't it like a super weapon in one of the games? Like one-shot kill guarantee, never mind how tough the enemy is. So yeah, how ATVs currently are mostly used. Either you have it running around by itself completely separate from the bikes, it's just a heavy weapon platform that can keep up with them and just be another distraction and ammo sink for your enemy. Because they're not easy to kill off. They're easier to kill off than like a tank, but they generally require a significant amount of firepower to get rid of. But like way more than the points are worth. And because they do have a decent enough firepower to be a threat to enemy vehicles or our infantry, and they aren't pushovers in melee, exactly, they can just work on like objectives and screwing over the enemy. Or you put them in your bike squad and they provide a little firepower for your bikes before they get into melee. But then whenever your enemy shoots into your bikes, you just take it on the ATV first. They've got more wounds than the average bike, so they can take quite a bit of punishment, allowing your bikes to survive, because your bikes have a lot more punch in melee than your ATV does. I want to know about the movie GoldenEye, if that makes sense. It'd be a special weapon in Nintendo 64 games. Yeah. You've also got Goldfinger. He's a man with a golden touch. Starfinger. No, not Joseph, not Jotaro, sorry. He's Starfinger attack, the worst attack ever, my goodness. I said that just to rile up to land. He should have used that on young Darby. I believe you're going to throw a left hook. No, haha, must be a right hook. Star-fingered. Like what? That was not amongst my petitions. Da-da-na-na-na-na-na. I need to blow my nose again. I apologize. I keep having to stop. Hey, Starfinger saved your marriage. No, you keep that type of talk off the stream. Oh, so I don't think you're married. If you were married, you wouldn't be watching VTubers. You'd be watching VTubers. She was about to divorce me, and Joe Starfingered the divorce papers on my hands. Jotaro. No, he didn't. You just wish to believe that. Gyotaro would never do such a thing. It would have been hilarious if he said, I was about to divorce her, but then he stole the divorce papers from me with a star finger attached. So technically he saved your marriage, but you were trying to end. That would have been hilarious. He would, yes, he would respect me. Gyotaro doesn't exist, Talan. I'm just imagining Saul Goodman advertisement. Saul Goodman saved my marriage! Because he failed in the case, you know, the divorce case. The guy was trying to get divorced, but in the end, somehow Saul Goodman accidentally sunk the entire divorce. And both the wife and the husband got united by their hate for Saul Goodman. That's a type of advertisement he'll do, like... the guy was like, I'll give him this, he saved my marriage. Like the entire thing is he was super angry, like 30-minute speech about it, and Saul Goodman just takes the one part where he says he saved my marriage. Oh gosh, not sure you can fail a divorce case. If you're such a bad lawyer that everyone gets united by the hate for you to whether husband and wife, now, you know, come back together again and decide to just not get divorced anymore. I think that's how you sink a divorce. Guy tries taking Saul Goodman to court for misappropriation. And it's like, well, he did say it. And did you mean it? I mean, yes. So he did save your marriage. And you did say you were fine with using a statement on, you know, TV and advertisement. I mean, yes. Like, okay, so, you just thought he couldn't actually use any of it? You know, it would have been hilarious if Saul Goodman actually had that in one of the episodes. First day as a lawyer, I'm really excited. My client tried to file for a divorce and I got him to 6 years of no probation. He was so happy he jumped over the stand to come and hug me. Yeah. Oh my gosh. A lawyer who's so bad that they get multiple criminals convicted. That could actually be a hilarious show. Well, the thing is, it's like the criminals hired them to do something completely benign and innocent. And the lawyer accidentally uncovers every time criminal activities to the point where people start questioning, why do criminals still keep using this lawyer? sec. Wait, it's pro bono, you know. Oh no. It's, do you know that thing where if you can't afford a lawyer, one will be provided to you? He's that lawyer. Remember a guy on Twitter self-represented in court and turned 80 hours of community service into 10-year parole? I have not heard of that. Hi, Night Parade! How the heck do you do that? We spent the first part of the stream, Night Parade, looking for a train deck. I couldn't find the train Yu-Gi-Oh deck. It was sad. Everyone cried. Oh, my tummy hurts. There we go. Needed. What happened? We're painting. We're painting. We couldn't find the Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Also, the Imperials won for first week of Hive Deathmire. And there's been new bikes afield. I'll probably get the new bikes and just expand each of my bike squads then. Into 7-man squads with the ATV. Assuming the ATV doesn't go to Legends, which I don't think it should, if we get a new bike. There's a prediction for Firestrike Servo Turret will go to Legends, and I'm hoping that's not the case. Absolutely love that thing. I wouldn't mind if it got a new update, because it could do with an update. It's on the era of Warhammer where they decided to do push fit for everything. Like, they released so many push fit monopose kits, like the Obliterators, a load of the Orc kits, a bunch of the Space Marine kits from back then are the same. It was all this start tier boxes and stuff like that as well. Or getting started or something like that. I also hope that they get new suppressors. Again, absolutely love my suppressors. Been asking for a new kit for them forever. Don't know why Games Workshop never gave it to them. I seriously think we should have never got new. Oh, darn it. That was a mess. My hand just completely split up. Maybe I should do the red bear. I still don't think we should have got the new heavy bolt to eradicators, and instead we should have got new suppressors. There's absolutely no reason to go for heavy bolt to eradicators. And if we get heavy bulk to eradicate and lose suppressors, I'm gonna raid. I'm gonna actually send an email to them. When you say train deck, I talk about locomotives. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Locomotive trains. I guess, yes. There we go. I think I want to do some red back here. There we go. Do I have a little... There we go. Drying for brush. Oh yeah. I'm surprised that they've already shown the new like they announced the new box set for Old World and then literally a day later or 2 days later they're like, hey, it's coming next week. I've got a cat hair everywhere. Hi, Severin. Also, we were late to starting the stream because there was a shrew. Another shrew got in the house. Well, more accurately, another shrew got brought into the house by the cat after I told my parents not to let the cats out by themselves because they're going to bring blooming shrews in. Ah, my parents did that anyway.
How's my favorite girl doing?
Hi, Blair Boris. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? How are you doing too, Severin? Oh no, I forgot to change back into Chibi. Oh, darn it. Okay, once I come back into Chibi mode, into normal mode, I'll change back to Chibi. Just remind me. Just remind me to do that. Because I forgot. Really hard to keep my hands still right now. Oh my gosh, I just messed up massively. And everywhere. Great job so far, Cup. Thank you. So there's only 4 colours to these guys. Blue, peach, red, gold, and then green for the eyes and glowy bits. Where did this bit of plastic come from? What the heck? Homie kisses to all of you. Homies kiss homies on the lips. Okay, needing to meet. Sorry about that. Get the gold back out. Hopefully we'll finish these guys off this week. I'm trying to paint them quicker. You know what? Let's do this special dude. Are there any red parts I want to do on you first? I might have missed or just not bothered doing. I don't think so. So my hay fever's bad today, so oh. Painful.
The Mechanicus are quite silly.
The Mechanicus are quite silly. They're very difficult to paint. There's loads of fiddly bits on them just all over the place. I'm just gonna paint this entire skull gold. He's a marshal, so it makes sense. He's just got a gold infused full servo skull. Not gold infused, gold gilded face. What's the word? What's the word when you cover something in gold leaf? It's gilded, isn't it? Plated, gold plated skull, that's it. Hi, TA. Oh, right, here we go. Don't change me. Don't change me. There we go. Mage, Chibi mage. Okay, there you go. You can change me now. I'm in Chibi mode. That's what the thumbnail said we're going to be in today. I kept forgetting to change. I still need to build the 10 final orcs of the Armageddon box once I've done that. I'm thinking I'm going to spray the vehicles in blue. But I'm going to need to get some blue spray paint first. Oh, I did give the Orc War Boss a squig in the end. Off stream. When I should have been making thumbnails. How many armies do you collect? Oh, way too many. Give me a moment. Press this button. Press this button. Anything new yet? Nope. So here's my list of armies. This doesn't have all of my Black Templar armies here yet. Doesn't have the Air Force. Doesn't have the Vengeful Veterans. Doesn't have the Neophyte Training one. But yeah, so all of these are separate armies. None of these share models between them. So for Arc armies are a bit different. So for Arc armies are split into 4 groups. Well, 3 groups here. So you got the initial arc. So this is all of my arcs together. Includes models that I don't have yet. Same here. On a lot that I've not built yet. So this is like the entire, all of them are here, but it's split into 4 armies here. So the Stinkerbag Boys represents the initial arcs I got. The Loot Train represents the arcs mostly that I converted up out of like other bits. The Scrappers represent the Beast Snagger Boys and stuff I got. And the Speeders represent the Armageddon box with a couple of trucks and some bikes. Then for Clankers, this is more organising it. So this is basically organised by order of which I got the models. This is organised by order of which, well, not by order of which, just by putting them into more organised boxes. So you got fast ones, you got for just normal boys, and then you got the walkers and stuff like that. And you got the Necron one, you got the Tyranids. You got about 4,000 points of Tyranid. You got 1,000 points of Photon. I don't need any new Photon models of this, do I? No. No. Fine. Yeah. Because there wasn't much point changes of a Photon in the end. This is the Tau, which is about 2,000 points. There's some stuff I don't have yet. Like, I don't have my second unit of stealth battle suits. I don't have my second ghost keel. I don't have a Riptide yet. I don't have a Storm Surge yet. Then you got the Guardsmen, which are split into my Frostroyans, my Krieg, and then my Templar Serfs, which are split into 4 armies. Again, none of the models between these are shared. For PU Knights, I do not have that many PU Knights yet. This is basically I want like a set of Imperial Knights for each of these detachments here for my Black Templars or my Inquisitors. Gene Stealer Cults, 1,000 points of this is literally just Tyranids. Like Red Terror, Raveners. I got everything here. I actually own everything here. I still need to build 5 of the Raveners, but other than that, I own everything. Some of it's even painted, my goodness. The Aldari, again here, everything that's here I own. And I'm thinking about getting the new Exodites. If 120 points, if I can fit them in my army for 120 points, definitely going to get them. If they go over 2,000 points though, then I'll have to get 1,000 more points of Eldar. So it's exactly 3,000. This is one of my issues. I need to make the numbers round in the army list. I don't like having models that aren't in these army lists. Adeptus Mechanicus, this represents just... This is my army as I have it now. Mostly, I just need to get a Dominus now. I don't have all of this built. I don't have the Rangers built. I don't have the Destroyers built. I do have both the Battle Clays built. I do have the Doomcrawler built. And mostly painted. Yeah, everything else is here. Yeah, I need to get the Dominus. But we got enough points freed up that I could get the Dominus now. Jade Guard. We've literally got all of these. And I'm going to, for Custodians, I'm going to paint them literally jade colours. Most of this I have, it's literally Ultramarines and Dark Angels together, just Firstborn Marines, some different starter sets and stuff. I have a lot of it. I plan to expand it eventually using eBay and Tour Trader and stuff. World Eaters, I've got most of this except for Flesh Hounds. And the last unit of Gormongers. And what else do we have? The Night Lords. This is all of the Night Lords. And I have almost all of this. The Nurgle, I just need some Nurglings. I need to build the Obliterators and stuff. Hi, John Arts. For Slaanesh, I've ordered the new combat patrol, Spearhead, or Head Knights of Slanesh, which has 20 Demonettes in, 5 Seekers, 3 Fiends. I will need to get 2 Terrorgeists that I'll convert into Mauler Fiends. I do have a Forge Fiend I need to build for my Tzeentchian army, and I'm going to use the spare parts of it to turn a Terrorgeist into a Mauler Fiend. I do have these things, but they're not built, and I'm using Cryptovers for them. I have 6 Noise Marines built. I need to build 6 more Noise Marines. I got the 10 Nemesis Claws built. I've got all of the Cultists built. I got the Dark Commune built. I need to get the Demon Prince, which is going to be used for Angorian Lord. Vampire counts. Well, not vampire counts. The other thing. Got these guys built, got these guys built, got these guys built. Got a Forge Fiend, need to build it. Needed a second Forge Fiend. Got 10 of the Horrors built. Got 2 Burning Chariots that I need to build, and I need to get 10 more Horrors. If a second-hand store gets more Horrors in, I'll definitely buy them, because my gosh, they are so cheap. And for the just generic ones, this is probably the one where I don't have the most. I do have a Defiler. I do now have a Rhino I need to be built. I've got 5 Raptors. I've got to get 5 of the new Murder Talon Raptors. And for the other Raptors, I want to get the Mark II Assault Marines from Horus Heresy. I do have the 10 Chosen now. 5 of them from Dark Vengeance. 5 of them from the Night Lord Combat Patrol. I do have the 10 Legionnaires. I do have the Warpsmith. I do have these things. I don't have a Sorcerer. Thinking about converting my Librarian into a Sorcerer. I do have one of the Jump Pack Captains. The other Jump Pack Captains shall come with a Murder Talon. And I do have this dude. So yeah, I got a lot of armies. Yeah, there's about 1,000 Marines here. I do have like most of the mobile battle group done. I've got most of the siege force done. In fact, I've been painting a mobile battle group. Got much of a primary battle line built up, about half of them. We've got some of the plasma battle line. Relics are almost done. Mobile battle group, as I said, is done. Defense force is almost completely done. Most of it's just needing to get tech marines, and since the new points have come out, I'm not going to get anything new from my space marines until the codex comes with the new updated points, because yeah, I don't trust that we're going to stay the same points after the codex. Rapid response force is almost completely done. Although I do need to replace this now with the new bikes. Just do this. Do this. It's overpointed because the bikes at 2 should actually only cost 140. It's just a big glitch right now. But yeah, I can go back down to 5 Infernus Marines here. And then get rid of the Judicia chaplain who was with them. Yeah. I vote. Especially, sorry. That seems good. I do have a Storm Time gunship I still need to build. I do have a Storm Raven gunship I still need to build. I do have a Booted Alice Dreadnought built. Thank you for splashing me. I've got a bunch of a Vigilant Fireflies as well. There's a lot of stuff I already have. This armored car, I basically just need to get an Asterius for it, which is the Master of the 10th. This is actually the Warlord, the Asterius, using the new Spearhead thing, or whatever it's called. You can make it a character, make it for Warlord. And then what did I give it? I gave it Gunnery Honor, so it can reroll 1 hit roll, 1 wound roll, and 1 damage roll. I was originally going to give it sustained hits, but then I realised it just has sustained hits anyway. So yeah, that's I got a lot of armies. And I've been slowly converting them to 11th edition, like here's a 10th edition. I originally made a bunch of each of these. I made a 1,000 point version using the models from these, but I decided I'm not going to bother redoing that. So yeah, I've been slowly moving my armies across to 11th edition. Okay, I need to blow my nose to paint it. Oh gosh, there we go. Sorry. It's hay fever. It's just so difficult to deal with recently. Today. I'm wondering where it's all coming from. Like, I don't drink enough water to replace all of the water I'm using to blow my nose. Maybe I do. I've been going for like a litre of water a day. No, a litre and a half. With another 250 millilitres of cola. There we go. Why are you doing for... What's wrong, Blair Boris? What's wrongy wrong? There we go. This guy is so intimidating to play. That's the issue. Yeah. Not just for difficult to play, it's that for straight up just intimidating. Yeah, I have a lot of armies, to put it simply. Factions I don't yet play are Thousand Suns. Oh, if I do have 20 Rubik Marines, I could easily make a Thousand Sun army now. 20 Rubik Marines, 2 Burning Chariots, 20 Blue Horrors. Combine that with 2 Forge Fiends. A Sorcerer on Disc of Siege. A normal Sorcerer on foot. A second Sorcerer on foot. A Demon Prince of Siege. I imagine that straight up is just a... What's it called? A Thousand Suns army right there. I don't know how many points that would be. Probably around 1400 maybe. Don't have an Empress Children army either. I mean... That being said, 2 squads of Noise Marines. I guess... Oh yeah, Demon Prince of Slaanesh. 20 Demonettes, 3 Fiends, 10 Seekers. What else could go into a Empress Shield? 2 Mauler Fiends. The Cultist couldn't go into the army. Oh, the Chaos Spawn could. What else could go into a... Yeah, so, I mean, I guess I could make, like, 1,000-point list for each of these factions. Including for Death Guard, because I've got 2 units of Plague Marines. Sorcerer and Terminator armor could probably be used as something else. The Terminators could probably be used as Polite Lord Terminators. The Venom Crawlers couldn't be used, nor could the Havocs of a Traitor Guard in a Death Guard army. The Hellbrutes could, there's 2 of them. What else is there? The Obliterators couldn't. The Nurglings and the Soul Grinders could be used in a Death Guard army though. I guess really the main armies I don't actually collect are Sisters of Battle. No Sisters of Battle models. I got some Sanctifiers, but I'm using them for conversions. And Kit Bashes. Don't have an Imperial Agents army. Or Death Rot. Technically, could have a Dark Angels army using Firstborn Marines. Don't have Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Grey Knights. Basic any of the Space Marines. Specific codexes outside of Black Templars and Dark Angels. Dark Angels was mostly by accident because I just got Dark Angel models of a Dark Vengeance box set, which I wanted for the cultists. The Chosen and for Hellbrute and stuff were just little bonuses. And the Dark Angels are just fair. It's like, well, I guess I can put them into my Firstborn army. Xenos armies. I don't have a Dark Elder army anymore. Used to when I was a kid. I also got an Orcs and Goblins army for Old World. And a Dwarf army for Old World. Both about 5,000 points. Because I love my Warhammer Fantasy. I've still got a bunch of vampire accounts from when I was a kid. What other armies don't I have? We got Necron, we got Tyrannage, we got Gene Stealer Coach, we got Photon. Amongst Chaos, so technically I've got a bit of every Chaos faction. Got enough demons to make a Demon of Chaos army. We've got Aldari. We've got Corsairs. I mean, I guess I could use all my Corsairs in a Dark Elder army too. I think if I did get more Expedites and they did go over the 3,000 point mark, what I'd want to get is some Harlequins. and through Wraith Knight. Just for fun. There are rumours that there's going to be more of a Exodite range as well after the kill team. But based on the Exodite models, you would be able to use Warlocks, Farseers, Rangers. And potentially Corsairs in an Exodite army anyway. And it would still be pretty much purely Exodite. I'm hoping they finally release Corsair characters, like generic characters. Or just allow us to put Farseers and Warlocks, or maybe just Warlocks, into a Corsair unit. One or the other. Either would be fine. I think I need to get a new one of these brushes. I think I said that last time I was painting too. Matte below. You don't know what to say, don't worry about it. You don't have to say anything. I think my glasses are damaged because I keep trying to clean from it and some of the dirt just won't go away. I wonder if it's scratched. I need to ask somebody who, you know, who can see them. Because it's hard to look at my own glasses because, you know, I have to wear my glasses to actually see anything with great detail. And if I'm trying to look at my own glasses, well, I have to take my glasses off so I can look at them properly. And then, you know, I can't see that much detail. I'm long-sighted. So for further something gets away from me. Or not for further, but something has to be pretty far away from my face for me to see it in the same detail a normal person would be able to. But by that point, it is further away anyway, so the amount of detail I can actually gleam is lower. I'm also very long-sighted, so it has to actually be really far away from my face for me to be able to look at something in the same detail a normal person can. I remember having a trick as a kid where I would take my glasses off and read something that was like across the field or playground. That's how bad my sight was. Like most people who are long-sighted, they only need to wear their glasses like to read or whatever. But my long vision
Puff
is
word
so
of the
bad.
day. Priming. I was having way too much fun priming my Mini for the first time. I need to chill out with the paint.
You do. You need to be careful not to go over top with the priming. But it's all about living and learning. Next time you'll know. Were you priming with a brush or priming with a spray can? I prime with a spray can. If you're priming with a spray can, yeah, it can easily be far too easy to get rid of the details. Spray can. What I usually find, while the instructions on like some of the spray cans is to hold it like this, about 15 centimeters apart. What I usually find is actually I put them down and spray them from further away. And I put them down in lines, spray them from one angle. have them wait for it to dry, turn them around, spray from that angle, and turn them like this, and like that, have them like this, have them like that. And just check them, just 15 minutes between each spray. Give them a check, make sure they're okay. And it works. You like spray cans. Always be careful with spray cans because they do have an aerosol in them. So you want to use them outside and you don't want to breathe it in. It can, if you ever use a spray can, you'll find that like when I do my spraying, I do it inside a garage with the doors open and stuff. So there's plenty of airflow. What I find is like if I leave a metal tray just next to where everything is, it will get covered in just a fine coat of paint dust, which won't stick to it too well. Like it will just come off when you dust it. But basically, that's what happens when you're breathing it in. That's what happens to your lungs. That paint dust can go inside when you're breathing. I didn't just use it on a mini. I made a smiley face on the plastic carpet to use as ground protection. Oh, that's nice. I did it outside. That's good. Just still be careful with breathing. You should wear a mask preferably when you're doing it. Sorry if it's also just something you know anyway. I always feel the need to tell people because people often they don't know these things. It's better to be safe than sorry. There we go. A mask, there's a cove. Yeah. The main thing is it's just you don't need a full-on rebreather or anything. It's just so that you don't inhale the paint fumes directly, especially like if you're doing it outside and you suddenly get like a gust of wind blowing the paint fumes directly towards you. Because the paint fumes are not super bad. Like the worst of it will just get stopped by pretty much any sort of fabric protection. If you're going to be doing it on like a ridiculous level though, I mean the spray cans that most people use on minis aren't the worst in the world. They're not like the same type of spray and paint that people use to paint walls and stuff. Like with proper murals and stuff. They're not like the worst type of things. So I'm just like take a little rest. And if you are doing a lot of painting, like if you were to paint like some people do, what's it called, do street style art or whatever, you'd probably want to wear a more heavy duty mask. Me have returned. I went and got brushes. It's paint time. It is paint time. We've done one modeling gold so far. And we keep getting distracted. So yeah, you don't, if you're going to be using the spray cans a lot, you definitely want a more heavy duty brush. Not brush, mask. But if you're just using it for spraying models, honestly, you don't really need a mask, but it's better to have a mask. Any type will do. Just to prevent you from directly inhaling the fumes. I said a COVID mask can work. If you're going to be using a lot of spray, for instance, you're going to do something like, you know, street art style thing, preferably you should be wearing a more heavy duty mask. But if all you're doing it is for the models and you're not spraying, you shouldn't be spraying it enough where it will cause much issue if you do wear a lower duty mask, like a COVID mask. And secondly, I don't know what spray cans you're using, but if you're using like the Warhammer ones or anything, they're not the worst. There's definitely worse spray paints out there for like how bad they are to actually inhale. Like the heavy duty spray paints that when you see like workers spraying walls, repainting like entire building walls, you see that they wear these heavy duty masks because those paints are a lot stronger and the fumes coming off them can be a lot worse. Also, they're spraying a lot more of the paint for longer periods of time, so again there's a lot bigger risk to their own health and safety. Is it kind of bad that I kind of like the smell of paint fumes? Not really, most people do. Some people absolutely hate the smell of paint fumes, but a lot of people, maybe not most, but a lot of people do like the smell of paint fumes. The same goes for like the smells of glues and stuff like that. The smell of petrol. All of these things, they might smell nice. Usually, a small amount of it's not going to do you any harm. Like, the amount that we use generally. If you're in an extremely poorly ventilated space, where there's no airflow at all, then you should think about getting a fan, opening a door, making some airflow occur, even if you're just using plastic cement. But for plastic cement and stuff, it's not the worst thing in the world. They wouldn't sell it to kids and teenagers if it was bad, super bad. But generally, never mind how much you like it, don't sniff it. Like, don't actively try sniffing it. You can cause brain damage. You can cause yourself to get very ill. Depending on what the different fumes are. The main issue with paint fumes. The main issue with most of these fumes is that they I don't actually know how it works, but I do know that they cause issues in your brain if you keep just inhaling them too much for too long. That includes the spray cans. While I was talking about the spray cans are bad for your lungs, they are the propellant that they use in them. It's pretty much with any sort of spray propellant you've got that's not powered. So sometimes you get sprays where the entire thing is powered, like, you know, power washer. But if it's like just a can, then it's got a special propellant in that if you sniff it, it's got to do bad stuff to you. But generally, if you're just painting minis and stuff, and you don't actively try inhaling the fumes, you'll be fine. The worst thing usually you're going to have to worry about with spray can fumes. If you ever find yourself becoming lightheaded, for instance, you are painting in a non-ventilated area, especially with spray paint, then immediately stop, get to yourself some air, and just get yourself some air. Leave a room, open it up, allow airflow. If you've got a fan, turn a fan on in the room so you can get that air recycled back out. And just avoid going back into the room for like a good few minutes. Maybe go and do some exercise, because if you do some exercise, I believe you'll be breathing in cleaner air. Like, don't do exercise in the same room. Get out into fresh air. Maybe do some jumping jacks or something. Get some airflow going through your lungs. Get your blood re-oxygenated again. That should help you out massively. And get yourself something to drink. Kundra is an expert in inhaling fumes. Now, I just looked up this stuff. because, you know, obviously I'm using spray paints quite regularly and these paints, so I've looked up all the recommended stuff. Honestly, super glue is probably worse for fumes, depending on what type of super glue you've got. If you see anyone in the industry who you know is doing these sort of things on an industrial level where it's their job, you'll often find that they have these big ventilations on, even in places like, you know, Lego shops, where you've got some other master builders and stuff where they have to glue Lego. You'll find that they will have these big extractor fans above their workstations and they'll be wearing masks. They often don't wear the heavy duty masks. Again, it's just something so you don't inhale directly the fumes. Build a tolerance. No, you can't build a tolerance. I also looked this up because there was somebody who was physically and mentally disabled that lived nearby to us, and he was once normal, but basically just got massively into puffing fumes and stuff. And yeah, as you can imagine, one day he puffed a bit too much. Not with that chat to say, okay, well, Conjurer chill. Yeah, it's you can do serious damage to yourself. That's why you should always be careful. It's always better safe than sorry. There we go. Fun stories of Conjurer. There we go. Gold! Bit by bit, we're getting gold painted. I'm gonna get an ogre trying to come and steal my models soon. Or dwarf. All of that. Of a British Museum. Of a Spanish. Who else is famous for looting gold? I mean, orcs don't care about gold usually. How the flash kits do? We could have a flash kit trying to steal it from us. Or flash kits might just try buying it from us.
I miss the Taco Bell Chihuahua.
The Taco Bell Chihuahua. Is that your Chihuahua? Oh no. That you old Chihuahua. How long ago did you lose your chihuahua? Was it recent? There we go. Okay, we just need to paint these 2 bits at the back. Oh, we need little gold parts there too. We need to paint those gold, maybe. Oh my gosh, so much of this model. I'm trying to still be relatively simple with the paints, but my goodness. Like, there's only 4 colours on this model. And a lot of the details I'm just going to be painting the same as one another. In other words, ignore the details. And still, it's taking for bloom and effort. Oh my gosh. I absolutely suck at painting this vase thing. Oh, how do I keep getting everything else other than the vase thing? Maybe I need to just change my brush. Okay, just those little bits there, those little bits there, from the back bit here, and that'll be done. Maybe this bit. I sucked. Trust the process. Okay, trust the process. We're only doing base colours, and we've not done the corrections yet, and all the places where I'm missing painting. There we go. Oh, my back hurts. Hunched over this model like this. I've not been doing my exercises, that's why. Got no back muscles. Actually, I just need to do this. Do this a few times a day. And that works. There we go. Yeah. Hi. I'm Fly. It's warm. I'll have a nice stream after the stream. Okay, that's, I think, all the goldy parts done. Okay, once the gold's done, I think what I'll focus on doing is correcting. How would I correct it? What parts would I need to correct first? I think all the blue areas I'll do first. I'll correct them there. Actually, maybe I'll go... No, I'll do the blue areas first. Then I'll do the Shabty Bone here. What's it, Shabty Bone? I think it was a Shabty Bone. Or was it a different colour? I think it's a Shabty Bone. Not Wraith Bone. It's either a Shabty Bone or a different colour. Just one of the bone colours, I believe. You need to get going. Bye-bye, Anthony. Thanks for coming to the stream. I hope you had fun. Don't forget to like the stream before you go, please. Because every like is a prayer to the Omnishire. Yeah! I think I need to get another Retribute to gold, my goodness. Oh. Alright, you're out. Bye-bye, Longstock. It was nice having you here too. Do I have any stories to share? I don't have any stories to share. I've got the story of the shrews, and that's it. There was once a little shrew who got picked up by a cat and taken inside a house. And the house owner tried the very best to pick up the shrew and take it back out. But the cats weren't impressed, so they picked up another and brought it back in. And another came in, and another. It's true. I'm thinking we're probably... Oh yeah, we need to get new Orc Boys as well. We're definitely getting new Orc Boys. I hope they're good. Oh my gosh, look at this. So I do like the gold. I need to solidify for blue, but that's why I got myself some Techless Blue! Yeah! Do you think they're going to get rid of tactical squads in the new codex? I hope not. I like my tactical squad. I want them to update the Legends data sheets as well. I want them just to bring back Legends fully into the game. At least for Horus Heresy models. I wonder if they'll ever make plastic Revenant and Phantom Titans. I imagine they very much could do that. Because they're very thin models, so it would make sense that they could make a plastic version of them relatively simply. Despite the size of the models and the fully built. A bit like how you got the Sylvester Knights. Which are basically just long, lanky knights. Make long, lanky Titans. Magnifying glass fell over. I've got the Stomper in plastic. And that's an absolutely massive model. Like, Markanauts are night-sized. Stompers are basically Titan-sized, Warhound-sized, almost. Ever since the Stomper got released, people were excited to see, you know, potentially Warhound and the smaller Elder Titan get plastic releases, and it never happened. I guess we got night releases, which is fine. Do 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 do. Just room for base colors. Then we'll do corrections and smoothing out some of the base colors. And I think shading will be good. Oh gosh, I just went completely over the areas I was meant to be then. That's just an area where we do corrections. I'm talking about doing corrections. That's just an area to do a correction on. Using our checklist blue. Yeah. Then we'll do some shading and highlighting of areas. Retribute to Gold is such a good colour. Like, you can just paint Retribute to Gold straight onto a model. It's like, okay, it's finished. Like, it doesn't feel like it needs a lot of shading or highlight. You can give it shades and highlights. It just doesn't feel like it needs it. Compared to, like, this colour and for blue and for red. Retribute, you just paint onto a model. It's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fair. Okay, that's a bunch of a Shabty bone area we missed earlier. I think it's a Shabty bone I use. I can always just... We'll do for blue, then for bone, then for red. Any last corrections of the gold? Would be all nice. I think I'll order... I might order a green paint as well. Just to see if that will help paint for arts. I'm thinking about painting my Photon orange. Okay, I need to just mute. Like, paint my Photon Capri Sun colours. Why would you paint from orange? That is the same colour as lava. Wait, what's wrong with lava? No, but it's like, because you got the Photon Capricus Carrier and Defender, which I like to call the Capri Sun Carrier. So I'm thinking about maybe we just go and roll with that, paint them the same way we would paint a Capri Sun. I need to look up the Capri Sun. I think it's orange, blue and silver. for packaging. I'll have to look it up. I've never really had Capucins. I've only really heard of them before. I think I might be misremembering it, thinking of something else. Heard of the Capucins Legends? The Capucins Legends? No, they're not legends. It's Defender and Harrier. For new models, they wouldn't be going into Legends just yet. Okay, I'm actually Googling Capucin. Capucins! Okay, it's blue and orange and silver. Yeah, open image in new tab. So, what about this color scheme for my photon? Like, go with... So that'll be cyan and dark blue with silver trim and orange. Ah, but that's even more blue photon. I'm thinking this color. Maybe like orange weapons. I don't want to make them even more blue though. Maybe I'll just go for silver and blue. Not blue, orange. With a little bit of green. You already do have orange photon though. If we go to Xenos armies, leagues of photon. I say photon, technically kin. Where's the Capucins? Anyway, the Capricus. Here we go, yeah, the Capricus is here. That's the vehicle we're talking about. And you already have orange photon. So I don't like painting the official colour schemes or armies. There we go. And that is orange and dark colours. So go silver. I don't know. Hard to tell. It's hard to figure out sometimes trying to do colour schemes. Sometimes it's just like throwing things at a wall and seeing what sticks with you. Some wires around here might have to paint that at the end. A little thing in your mouth, a rebreather thing. Oh my gosh, my tummy hurt. Unless anyone has any other ideas what colour I should put. I don't want to paint from blue. I've already got these guys blue. I've already got blue on my Black Templars. I'm doing my Guardsmen mostly blue. And my Orcs are blue as well. So I want to avoid doing another blue colour scheme. I know I want to do orange for my orange and bright green for my Eldari. I could go for pink and bright green. That could be fun. I'm thinking about doing my neck ones like lava coloured. So they're going to be orange. Yeah, maybe my... Oh yeah, my Night Lords obviously are going to be using blue because they're blooming Night Lords. It's going to be a very dark blue, so different shading, but still. Except for Thousand Suns ones, not Thousand Suns, the Cinchian ones. They're going to be a lighter blue because they're Cinchian. Yeah, my Eldar might be fun to do bright green and pink. Just really flashy colours. I guess I could do my Photon red. That might be good. I want to go for metallic colour something. I don't think that suits Photon. I could go white, but white's very difficult to do. Could go yellow. I don't like the idea of yellow on them. Could go cyan. That's just another blue. Purple? Nah, there's already purple Photon out there. Let's go red. We could go red. And what colour do we do with red? Yellow? Yeah, red and yellow. Ooh, that could be nice. We're doing yellow and purple Tyranids. Yellow skin, purple chitin. With the glowy bits being Baharoth blue and Talisar blue. That's another part where we're having blue on them. So yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do red and yellow Photon. Like McDonald's! Oh my gosh. McDonald's Photon. You know, do you know where Photon look a bit chubby because of a big round armor and they're quite short, they're quite broad? Yeah, my Photon are all going to be super chubby because every day they eat at McDonald's. They get that Maggie D's in them. That sounds wrong. Most Photon for like, hey, want to go to the pub after the battle? They're like, nah. What's your usual order at McDonald's? I don't go to McDonald's anymore because I can't have onion. And they've recently changed.
What's your usual order at McDonald's, Conjurer?
It was actually a while ago now that they changed how they do McDonald's orders. They cook the food. So now it used to be that they cooked the onions for patties separately. Now they cook the onions on the same surface as the patties at the same time. So as the buns. And that sucks. That means they all get, you know, oniony and onion juice on them, and it makes me super, super ill. I was like really ill for a while, and then every time I stopped having McDonald's, like I used to have it like once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, just so that, you know, I wasn't always cooking. I mean, when it was going, it was usually cheeseburgers. I would probably do more chicken burgers, but then they changed the recipe for the chicken burgers to include onion. No, it was garlic they included in it. I'm sorry, an American brand let you down. It's not as bad as some of the American brands out there that let me down. Pepsi was a big one to let me down. But that's mostly just because of how British taxes. Britain did have this massive hike on sugar taxes to fight obesity. Sounds great in practice. Until you realise that then they're like, oh no, we're just going to put artificial sweetness in everything. And a lot of the artificial sweetness out there, actually a lot of the natural sweetness as well. Like fructose, really bad for me. But a lot of these artificial sweetness absolutely suck. If you actually look up the side effects of a lot of these sweetness, they say, basically, if you have this in these, like, if you're ever the kind of person who has a lot of diet drinks and, you know, you poop a lot, I sometimes get tummy pain. Yeah, it's literally a side effect of a lot of these sweetness, including some of the natural ones. So yeah, Coke over Pepsi, yay! I was having Pepsi at the time because I preferred, it was less syrupy than cola. I preferred that. Oh, Coca-Cola, sorry. So yeah, hi, Nano Fate. We're talking about how Pepsi tried to kill me. So what they decided to do, they changed their original recipe very quietly. There wasn't a lot of talk about it. Very quiet, and it was during the height of COVID as well. So I really had bad COVID for a while. My sense of taste was absolutely destroyed. So I had and I truly became very ill. I was having, my guts were bleeding all over the place. Oh, really, really ill. Which makes me thirsty as well. So then drinking more cola. I've kind of just I noticed a change in flavour. I was like, oh, it just doesn't taste very good. It tastes kind of like diet. But, you know, it's just probably my blooming COVID making everything taste weird. But then I decided to actually look at it eventually after getting really, really ill, like hospitalization level ill. And it's like, yeah. So I have a really sensitive stomach. So basically anything that could make a normal person ill in large quantities makes me ill in small quantities. Not anything, but lots of stuff. And like, it's not directly like, oh, the sweetener is tearing up my insides. No, it's just that the sweetener, I react badly to it. It's kind of like an allergy, but it's not an allergy. Like, it's not an allergy because of how the reaction is. Allergies have a very specific type of reaction to them. Instead, my body reacts more like I'm having food poisoning. That's how the doctors describe it. And this means a lot of food. Actually, technically, all food makes me a bit like that. Like right now, I'm in loads of pain because I ate before the stream. And I ate a bit too quickly because I was in a rush because of a blooming shrew. The sugar tax wasn't just obesity, it's also to lower people developing preventable diabetes. Yeah. Unfortunately, for someone like me who always has low blood sugar levels, that massively boosted the amount of money I was spending every week. Just some fries. I'm not fond of their burgers. I'm not a big fan. It depends. Like, McDonald's fries absolutely suck in the UK every time I've had them. Burger King fries, so much better. And actually, Burger King is just so much better in the UK. Like, you get proper big flame grilled burgers. You get some nice, tasty, thick fries that are nice and crispy and fluffy on the inside. McDonald's, you go to McDonald's, you get this like terrible looking burger with this squashed bun and it's tiny overcooked burger and these soggy fries, and it's like, ugh. At least around where I live. Absolutely sucks. McDonald's, Burger King's way better. Although one of the Burger Kings near me, it's generally quicker to do orders, at least when you do it online. Except they take no care in the food that they prepare. Like, you say, hey, can I, you do a proper thing on your order, can I have an extra bit of this? Can I have extra bit of that? Or can I not have this on it? They just completely ignore it. It's like, what the heck? Or they're just like, oh, someone doesn't want lettuce on the burger. Or someone doesn't want onions on the burger. Well, we're just not going to put anything on the burger. And also you sometimes get it from it's like bottom bun, burgers over here, other bun over here, wrapped up and squashed together. That's one of them. The other one is much nicer, but if you order online, they take forever to get it to you. The one that takes no care in the order preparation, though, if you order it in person, they take for blooming effort. Like they want to do all the online deliveries first. While if you order from the other one, which takes forever to do the online deliveries, and they're really, really good. They're much better at preparation and stuff. They take way more care. Amazing. If you order it in person, you get it really quickly, in my experience. So yeah. Don't swear, please. Actually, what are your prepared fast food if you have to order out? They even messed up the fries at McDonald's in the UK. It's the only reason, other than the McChickens. I did order some McNuggets a while back, just to try them, because everyone keeps raving about them, and I was so disappointed. I'm like, I'd just rather buy a bunch of chicken dippers and cook them up in the air fryer. Or even in the microwave. So I put like contrast, not contrast, I put a Lamia medium into here to try and resurrect the paint a little bit. This requires good shaking. Yeah, I love me some Popeyes when I can get it, but my local Popeyes is a 40-minute wait due to how popular it is. There is a restaurant near me I found that's a pizzeria. I say it's a pizzeria. It does more than just pizza. It does burgers. It's actually really, really good. It's got like 5-star rating. It's 5-star health and safety stuff. So it's like, oh, amazing. And they take a lot of... They have messed up a couple of orders and I've given them like, hey, can you not do this? Or can you change stuff around? But most of the time they're really good with stuff. I've not been ill too often after having them. I don't have them too often because I have occasionally been ill, so I've wondered if it has been onion or garlic in it. And apparently the tomato sauce that they put on pizzas is just tomato sauce. It doesn't have a bunch of other stuff in it. So I've actually been able to order pizza somewhere. Although one time I did have a pizza and I was really ill afterwards, so... I have to be super, super careful whenever I eat anything and whenever I do. For that being said, sometimes my stomach just decides, no, today you're just going to be super ill. Anything you eat, I'm just going to make you ill. Like today, I ate some food. My tummy's not happy about it. Oh. Messed up McDonald's fries is much better than KFC, a restaurant with chicken in its name, constantly running out of chicken. I don't know about you. It's been forever. Back when I was little, when I was a kid, my stomach condition wasn't as bad as it is now. So I could eat more. And if I was ill, it wasn't like, you know, where I have the serious level of ill I get now. So I did have KFC back then, and KFC was great back then. They did good fries, they did good chicken. But it has been many years since then. Oh yeah, that place. It's like it's just a. I don't think it's like a large chain. It's just like someone opened up a pizzeria and fast food place nearby. That place, though, it takes forever to get orders from, and it's like, oh my goodness. And it's literally just up the road. I probably could walk up there if I could actually walk up there. I mean, on my good days, I might be able to walk there. On my bad days, I couldn't. I'll try to get these guys finished for gold from off stream if I don't get it finished today. I got 3 of the builds done with gold today, despite getting distracted by Yu-Gi-Oh, despite being distracted by shrews, despite me getting distracted by the website and just talking to people. We got 3 of them done. That's nice, including the really complex dude here. Yeah, McDonald's in UK sucks, but Burger King is king. My favourite burger place. I've heard any British fast food I should definitely try. I don't think we have much good fast food. We used to have a bunch of fast food brands of our own, but we don't seem to have many anymore. There's a place called Dixie Chicken, which absolutely sucks. Like, I would never recommend Dixie Chicken, partly because every single Dixie Chicken I've ever seen had a health and safety rating that's super low. A bunch of them have been closed down and reopened and then closed down again. They do not have... I can never recommend them. Maybe it's different elsewhere where there's Dixie Chickens. I mean, they are a relatively popular brand, it seems. But my goodness, I would never recommend them. We used to have a fast food chain called Wimpy's, which was great. I don't know if that was a British thing or not, but it was amazing. There's actually still places where there are Wimpy's, if you can ever find one. Often, if you're going to find a Wimpy's, it's at a bowling alley. But technically, I do believe they still exist in small quantities around. Five Guys I've never had, but obviously that's not British. Oh, Greg's! Yeah, Greg. I forget about Greg's. You got Greg's and Pound Bakery. Greg's is expensive, way expensive right now. It used to be a reasonably priced food option, but now it's massively overcharging you. If you can get to a Pound Bakery, I recommend going to Pound Bakery instead. And Pound Bakery has been improving apparently over the years. It used to be way worse than Greg's and not much cheaper. Now it's way cheaper than Greg's and not much worse. Arguably, some people claim it's much better. You've got other places like greenhouses, which kind of sucks. You got Sayers, which is kind of good. Are there any other brands out there that's good or bad? There's at least 2 Wimpy's near you. Yeah, I think there's actually still a Wimpy nearish me. I think. I know there used to be, because there was one when I was a kid, and I remember because there was a bowling place that we used to go to quite regularly. I say quite regularly, like once or twice a year, and there was a Wimpy's fair, and we went to it a couple of times, and it was good. Our parents fondly talk about Wimpy's when they were young. So it must be good. I don't know if it's still good for ones you can find. You've definitely got Greg's, you've definitely got Sayers, you've got greenhouses, you've got Pound Bakery. They're all pasties, though, which is different. Fish and chips. So what I recommend if you want to find like fast food, Britain is a place of takeouts in terms of like, you've got lots of non-chains. So you've got fish and chip places, you've got pizza places, obviously you've got burger places, you've got kebab shops, you've got Chinese chippies, you've got Korean. Actually, I say Korean. You've got a bunch of places like that do Asian specific food. So they do a mixture of Chinese, Korean, and even Japanese style foods. But yeah, what I always recommend is, what I would recommend is going onto things like Uber Eats or Just Eats. Actually, Just Eats is way better. But like, you don't necessarily need to order from there. You can just go onto Just Eats, look up for closest ones there, and then just like click through them. If you go on the About Us section, you'll be able to find the health and safety ratings. Anything that's 3 and above is pretty good. 3 and above basically means that there's only like the most minor issues in the health and safety. And then just look up what people rate for restaurants, like 5 stars or whatever. That's generally what I'd recommend. And then you just find yourself a good chippy. And you get yourself some fish and chips or some sausage and chips. Oh, steak and kidney pudding. Oh, steak and kidney puddings. Delicious. Google says few Wimpies are turning into Burger Kings. The Brits answer to burgers. Yeah. Fast food always fascinated me. Artistic merit takes after Andy Warhol. But actually, originally a US brand, but now owned by a South African company. Ooh. But yeah, Britain has loads and loads and loads of non-branded takeouts. Some of them are absolutely awful. Some of them are amazing. Like for one that's really popular near me, the pizzeria one. It's really popular. That's why it takes forever to get any orders from them, and sometimes they just cancel it. They're really good. But then sometimes you order from places and they're absolutely awful. When it comes to, do you know, the things where they do, like the Chinese chippies and takeaways and stuff, it's a kind of a bit of a misnomer for them, because I don't think the food is Chinese at all. It's definitely, like for Indian takeaways. It's a bit like, do you know, when in Britain we have a lot of food, like we have Indian takeaways, we have Chinese chippies and stuff. And someone from China or India would look at that food and go, what the heck? This isn't Indian, this isn't Chinese. For clothes, it's like for Chinese chippies, they do lots of fried rice, sorts of dishes, and what do they call them? Not cinnamon rolls, something rolls. It's got like all sorts of stuff in it. Spring rolls, that's it. Spring rolls. They do all sorts of foods like that. And that's something I definitely recommend trying at least once. It's not something you want to build your entire diet on, because my gosh, there's like a single tin of Also, my goodness, if you buy from like McDonald's or Burger King and you get your chips, or like Five Guys or whatever, you get like a small cup of chips, effectively a small bag of chips. Actually, that's the one good thing about McDonald's, you get way more fries. By chips I mean fries. Specifically, I forget about that. But if you go to like a chippy, you ask for small fries, big old bag wrapped up, loads of them. It's like 10 potatoes worth of chips in there, and it's super thick. And depending on what chippy you go to, they could be absolute. One of my best set of chips I ever had, Glastonbury. Glastonbury is amazing to go to, by the way, if you ever want to just walk around a town. Really nice to look at. A lot of UK Indian dishes are actually from Bangladesh originally. Yeah. Just like how America is a melting pot of many fusion cuisines. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the things are originally from India. Aren't some of the ones from India, though, but they originally made by British people in India, using ingredients from India? And some of the recipes and ideas from India. At least that's what I heard. I mean, it could easily just be an entire thing of British people trying to take ownership of something that's not actually theirs again. But yeah, if you ever order chips from a Chippy, you get so much chips. Oh, Glastonbury, yeah, that's it. Glastonbury, nice places to actually visit. Loads of stuff to do, lots of Wiccan-y stuff over there as well. But what I found is one of the best chips I ever had was at Glastonbury. It was cheesy chips. Really, really nice, thick, crispy chips. Or soft and fluffy on the inside, covered in melted cheese. It was delicious. UK seems more fond of fries and chips than the US. Probably. We love our potatoes. I know the Irish get the thing about loving potatoes, but the Brits do too. Oh, so you can get like meat pies and stuff. One of the things I found out recently is that just a basic steak pie or steak and kidney pie or whatever, it's not popular in America. Everyone loves potatoes. Potatoes saved my marriage. I know they did. A potato saved everyone's marriage. Yeah. But, your brands always sound like castle names. Our brands sound like castle names. Glastonbury is a place, by the way, not a brand. It's a town. Or is it a city? I can't remember. I think it's got Glastonbury Abbey, which apparently is where King Arthur is buried. Apparently. God bless the South American indigenous people who cultivated them. Yeah. That's one thing to go and see if you're ever in Britain. Also, if you ever want to see the site, if you've ever watched Hot Fuzz, amazing film, and you ever want to visit the place where they filmed Hot Fuzz, it's a place called Wells. Very quaint place. And we've been there twice. Apparently we went once before Hot Fuzz was filmed there, and then once after. I don't know about the one before, but I do know about the one after. I think it was in Wales, the church or cathedral in Wales, that I lost a Baneblade. Not Baneblade, Beyblade. Because my parents were like, do you want to buy this? Do you want a spinny thing? Do you want the spinny thing? I'm like, yeah, I want the spinny thing. I want the spinny thing. I liked the spinny things. And they let me take the spinny thing because it kept me distracted and kept me happy. I like the spinny things. You wouldn't think that I would be someone who really likes spinny things, would you? Really easily distracted by them. Knowing Kundra, that scene does not explain her age at the time of the events, and she has been like that ever since the baby. True, true. I heard King Arthur was a Roman soldier, who might be a place where King Arthur was buried. Glastonbury Abbey. Also, King Arthur was likely not a Roman soldier. King Arthur tales descend back to the Welsh. Much of it comes from the ancient Welsh tales of various kings and stuff, and they were not Romans. They were locals mostly. In fact, King Arthur even has a tale in which he fought against a Roman emperor. Because they're like, we're gonna reconquer Britain. I think King Arthur was like, no. No. But yeah, most of the time they're fighting against the Saxons and stuff. I think he was an Anglo. I think that's what they said he was, an Anglo. And they spent a lot of time fighting against the Saxons. I think Kundra is younger than me. I have a Welsh. That does make him older. No, no, no. I think he comes like long after the Roman occupation of Britain. It's hard to know. It's hard to know because effectively there's a lot. The Welsh had a lot of texts and tales from dating back before the Romans to after the Romans. And King Arthur seems to be an accumulation of a lot of those tales from about like a 1,000-year period or something stupid. Accordingly. The last time I looked up King Arthur, that's what we were saying. But, I mean, my main goal was just trying to figure out certain stories of King Arthur rather than its origin. Glastonbury is supposed to be a place where the island of Athlone, his burial place, yeah. Most people debate whether this is true or not because Glastonbury at the time, Glastonbury Abbey, was in need of repairs and they had no funding. So they wanted to make people pilgrimage to Glastonbury Abbey so that they could get funding and money. So they, you know, faked King Arthur being there. A mango. I think I was very young at the time when I lost my Beyblade. My Beyblade. Because I think I was doing Beyblade before I got into Warhammer, or maybe it was at the same time. I think it was at the same time, like very early on. And we did Beyblade, we did Yu-Gi-Oh, we did Beyblade, we did Warhammer. I liked the spinny things, except my parents didn't like the spinny things. Because at one point I started damaging things with the spinny things. I need a blue Medusa. Oh gosh, it's warm again. I think that Abby took advantage of Joffrey of Mormon's version of Arthurian tale. He was the first to cite the burial at Glastonbury. Ooh. He also claimed to have a grail as well. Well, as known in the documentary called Monty Python and the Holy Grail, King Arthur did seek out the Holy Grail. So, you know, could be true. Maybe. I'm pouring water. Water. Who were the powers? What were the powers of the Grail? Immortality! according to a documentary called Indiana Jones and the... That's not the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Is it Raiders of the Lost Ark? No. It wouldn't be the Ark. We had the Crystal Skull, Temple of Doom. Last Crusade, that's the one. Yeah. We got pinched by the cops. By the way, don't use me as historical knowledge. Always check for yourself if I'm correct, because honestly, I don't even know if I'm correct half the time when I say things. I try to be, but my memory is awful, especially when it comes to numbers, names, and dates. And I get confused between things very easily, so it might be talk about one thing, but remembering a completely different thing instead. Like I accidentally said Moran instead of Morocco. It would wear off if you left it. Yeah. Be right back. BRB. 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 Indiana Jones is a documentary. Indiana Jones is a documentary. Take everything at its word. Arthur is similar to Robin Hood. He's an amalgamation of lots of legends and folklore rolled into one. It's true. Oh gosh, my nose is painful. I have to keep muting. Both Robin Hood and King Arthur are a bunch of tales mixed into one, with a bunch of extra stuff added onto the top. And on top of this, both of them have multiple authors throughout their histories who change things about it. Like, Guinevere's role within King Arthur has changed drastically over the years. From basically being the ruler of Camelot and doing most of the ruling stuff, and King Arthur doing most of the fighting. She was basically the person left to lead it, and also she was like a judge and stuff like that. to someone who's like getting kidnapped, to someone who's cheating on King Arthur, to someone who's actively working against him. The road change is drastic, and the same goes for Lancelot, in which sometimes he's the honourable knight, sometimes he's cheating with Guinevere, sometimes he's working against King Arthur, sometimes he is working against King Arthur, but King Arthur's evil. And this is not like modern tale writings, these are like ancient writings, like over hundreds of years, where these tales change with different translations and different takes on the tales. And our modern versions are like an amalgamation of the different groups of these tales. On top of this, Gus King Arthur is basically meant to represent like what basically the morality of the day is effectively what King Arthur's meant to represent. And he's meant to be a tale kind of counter to Robin Hood. Robin Hood is a tale for the peasants to basically say, hey, uprise, fight back against the evils. Sometimes modified, so a king is fine, it's just this one sheriff who's bad. Best description I heard of a real King Arthur is that if you go through all of history, you'll see a shadow of a person that could be him. Yeah. But King Arthur, basically through the different tales and stories that have been written, each time it's written, it's basically a lot of it's for the peasantry. To basically say, hey, kings can be amazing, kings can be good, nobility can be good. So it takes whatever morality of the day is and what it's being used for. And as a result, it shifts. If people don't like women, then the women in the story become more evil. If the people do care more for women, the women in the story become less evil. Like Morgana herself was not actually the initial enemy of Arthur. Like, we all now think of Morgana as the ancient enemy of Arthur, but for a long time, she was not his worst enemy. It was Mordred. In some cases, he didn't have those enemies. The enemies were like the Roman Empire. Sometimes the enemy is kind of just himself or his own nobility. His brother or his own son. Right, muted again. All in all, the stories are interesting to read about him. And how the stories have evolved over the years. Back again. Guess who's back, 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 back again, again, again. Shimshade is back. Tell your friends. I need a mute again. Oh gosh, my hay fever absolutely sucks. I want to get this guy done. And then I'll get the other guy done off stream, maybe. Maybe. I might just build for orcs off stream though. But hopefully I get some time before the stream tomorrow to do some stuff. It can be difficult though. Depending on how I sleep. I need to force myself to wake up more. I need to like get a good control of myself. Impulse control. Put on impulse control. There we go. Guess who's back, back, back. Tell your friends, friends, friends. And Shady's back. There we go. We're finally getting... I was hoping that the new bikes would be jet bikes for the Space Marines. Kind of makes sense they won't be, but... Also makes me think that maybe we won't be losing the ATV. And we might still be losing it, but I feel like it'd be weird to lose the ATV when they're giving us new bike. Yeah, don't forget you can submit your results if you want the Imperium or Orcs to win into the... Well, I say you want the Imperium. If you've been playing games, you can submit the results of your game. You can only submit once per week into the Games Workshop website. So you can make the Orcs of the Imperium or help the Orcs Imperium win anyway. I've been trying to test out the things lately. The various rules. There we go. A Hive Deathmire. The Imperium is winning at the moment. I wonder if we're going to like make a story based on the result. It'd be funny if they did. There we go. So this guy is basically done then? No, a little bit there. A little bit there. Do we have that done? Yes. We do. Hastarii aren't too bad to paint to be honest. Even though it is hard trying to paint underneath them. It's fine. Okay, we've got one Hastarii left to paint of this group into base gold colours. After we've got all the base gold, we've also got the other models to do, the Dune Crawler. I've still not finished doing the gold on Tulia Gould. Or Savannah, as I called her. Where's my blooming... There it is. Oh, I need a mute again. I can barely talk. Yeah, for blooming rain, just decided to make all the plants pollinate. Oh, it sucks. So, anyway, thank you for coming to the stream today. I'm probably going to get some... Actually, I think what I'll do, I'll finish building my orcs from the Hive Deathmire box. Off stream. Not Hive Deathmire, Blooming Armageddon box. Yeah, I think I've finished building them. I'll take some pictures as well and post them on YouTube, Reddit, Blue Sky. Just for fun. Of all our converted models. So... And then I'll look to trying to get the orcs painted. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy some ultramarine blue spray paint and paint my Morkanaut, the Dakovig, and the Wartrack in blue paint. And I will try painting them, see how much harder it is to paint them like that. Will you ever do a game for a stream? I want to. My original intention was to paint up a bunch of Tyranids and paint up a bunch of Black Templars. And then figure out how to do a game. Off stream. But... No, not off stream, on stream. Where you guys kind of choose to like play one side. But I don't know exactly how I would do that. I'd have to basically cover all my reflected surfaces with like blankets and stuff. I'd have to figure out how to set up the entire game. I could probably set it up on my bed if I'm entirely honest. I might have to move everything out. I think you guys could be like, okay, we want to move these things. We want to shoot at these things. So yeah. Just wear a mask. Just wear a mask. Nah, thank you. I'd have to do my hair up and stuff. Also, it would still be very easy to figure me out. How many 6'4" people are out there? So, and despite how whatever I am, I'm kind of built like a tank. But I'm definitely built like, look how strong my arm is. Yuck. Plus, I mean, I kind of just don't want to bother. So, I mean, I do want to do all of that. Or I thought about maybe trying to find another 40k VTuber or something, but I'm also scared of meeting people in real life. Yeah, so... Also, I've just not painted up enough armies of Tyranids and Black Templar to do something like that, and terrain and stuff. But maybe one day. Maybe one day. Or maybe I'll do a video of the game. Ow. My hips. So my hips just... If you could hear a cracking then, it's my hips just dislocated and immediately popped. They popped out and back in, and it hurt. Ow. Oh my gosh. So, but thank you for coming to the stream today. Is there anything new on the website? If you've not liked the stream already, then please give it a like, because remember, every like is a prayer to Omnisire. And, oh yeah, we did look at this, the new stuff. Ooh, Storm Vermin versus Orcwitch. Yeah. So, oops, wrong one. Siege of Deathmire, week 1.
You have fought well. We have made the Orc invaders bleed for every step into our city. The outer defenses can no longer hold. We now withdraw to the next line in good order so the defense may continue.
Yay!
Do not relent. Take heart, soldiers of Armageddon. The Emperor is with us!
Yeah! You won. The Imperium won. Yeah. So we've got We got plasma pistols. New bikes. Yeah. I wonder what the new arc stuff's gonna be. Don't forget you can report if you're doing any battles, you can do your reports. I just reported one of my little testy battles. Testy battles. One of my test battles with what's it called? My Templars versus my Arts. The Templars destroyed the Arts. I'm gonna say I won Hive Death Maya. Oh. But yeah, I've also been trying to test like these guys. My Mechanicus are absolutely devastating. I feel like Mechanicus are going to get nerfed so hard in new rules. Did I do that? Yeah. Did I do it on that side? Yeah. Because they just ignore cover so much. They get so many bonuses. Oh, they're so mean at the moment. Say what? Dislocated hip. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes like I dislocate my hip. Like if I stretch my legs, it just goes click, clock. It's like, ow, it hurts. Sometimes the muscle seat feels like it gets caught a bit. It's like, ow, that's painful. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just what happens. It's just what happens. So yeah. Well, thank you for coming to the stream. Well, I keep getting distracted today. I'm super distracted. Super spin. Spin me right round, baby, right. Oops. Honestly, if I spin this. What would happen if I spun this and had like a little blade on it so it goes... Do you think it would cut through it? Do you think a blade will get stopped very quickly? I keep getting distracted. Stop distracting me. It's your guys' fault. You distract us. No, I'm joking. I go to the stream. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Remember to work hard but play harder. Eat good food. Sleep well. Dream of cupcakes but don't eat the cupcakes as a friends, not food. Take care of yourself. Be kind to others and vice versa. Big love hearts to you all. And tomorrow we're streaming at the same time again. Yeah! Smash! More painting. Love you all. And don't forget to like your big old meanies. Look at Cuptle there. So adorable. Look at all the little cupcake. Oh. Blah, blah, blah.